Shooting guard from Rosario, La Union, number 20, Kenneth Tevin. Small forward from Maragondon, Cavite, number 15, Simon Camacho. San Mateo, Rizal, number 14, Troy Malinin. Power forward from City of San Fernando, Pampanga, number 25, Christian David.
And first possession of the game will be with Phoenix. Tyler Tio for Phoenix. There's Tuffin. Tuffin, that's for three, got it.
Jason Perkins, the #1 offensive threat for Phoenix Fuel Master.
Trotter trying to get it back right away. He does. The hoop and the harm for Abu.
I like that move right there, no? He was given the left hand, puts that ball down, and then took it strong. There you go. It took 2 dribbles. Could have been 1.
Abu, still with it. Tried to get it over to Bearfield, tipped. And here comes Phoenix. Tio, all the way to the cup, puts it up off the board. Nice looking layup there for Tyler Tio. Perkins. Looking for a teammate. Back to Tyler. Over to Perkins. Perkins off the glass. Basket plus the foul for the hefty lefty.
You know, those are the improvements that this guy really has here.
Here comes Phoenix on the break once again. Tyler surveying the floor. Sends it back to Perkins. Open for 3. Got it! Wow,
Perkins is making us look good. Yes, I said, sometimes he takes the outside shots and he makes it.
So the hefty lefty, Jason Perkins, the secondary break 3-pointer right there. And he has given, it happened right in front of us. He saw you and said, I need to get this for Coach AG. As Camacho gets away for that basket. Nice.
Only a minute and 20 seconds. They were down 9 points for that ball game.
Yeah. That's Rick Carlisle for you. Bearfield hits that, but his foot was on the 4-point line, so that's going to be a 3-pointer. Over to Tratter. 23-12 is the count. And almost a turnover there. Yes, it is going to be a turnover. Tio picks it up. Over to Kai. Skies, but stopped by Tratter. However,
what happens here? We have not seen any inside points coming from Blackwater Bossing. There's a lot of outside shots. And coming off the timeout, that's a good setup job for RK Ilagan.
Well, RK Ilagan says, I don't want to score from down low. I want to shoot from the outside.
That's right, that's right. Why not? Why not?
And he does hit that long bomb right there. Nice curl. And pass coming from Ion for that. Chua still with it. Goes to the fadeaway, a little bit too strong. And Andrade just out-hustles all the red shirts, and a great pass down low to Bradwin Guito for the easy bucket.
So those are the kinds of plays that you would want to expect.
Olar. No good from downtown. Oh, nice rebound there, but coming up short on the shot. Andrade. Still with it, all the way to the basket, puts it up and in, plus the foul.
Strong like what we said, no, you like the energy by this very young man, PJ Andrade. Look at that, nice crossover.
Here's Ilaga. RK using the Capital screen. Ion with it now, Ion. Wow, hanging in the air, puts it up and in.
That's a better choice for Mike Ion. No, he's a natural slasher. That is part of his scouting report. That's a good matchup against R.R. Garcia.
Perkins, 3-ball, drills it. Bradwin, still with it. Hand off to Ion. Ion. Now with Caperal, 3-ball on the way. Answers with his own triple. Malilin. Back to Ilagan. He sent it back out. Ion for 3. That. Caperal. Back to RK. 3-ball for RK Ilagan. I like it right there. He gets the steal.
3-on-2 break. Why not?
Why not? Drilled that one, RK Ilagan. Back-to-back triples for him. Perkins against Capital. Goes right once again. Switches to the left. No good. Perk still with it. Off the glass. That time he made sure. Using the Capital screen. Back to Prince. Tipped, however, by Garcia. 48-37 is the count. The tough guy drills the 3-ball. RJ back to Tuffin. They got to put it up. Perkins does from 3. Wow, 3 of 3 from downtown.
There was no more time left, because he really feels so relaxed here in this ball game, Jason Perkins.
The pace of this game has been pretty quick, both teams going back and forth. JV still with, decides to pull it out this time.
He's against RJ.
And that's going to be back to Phoenix. Here comes Tyler on the break. Theo all the way to the cup, puts it up and in. And they go to Perkins instead. Perk goes back to the lefty and misses on that hook shot. Escoto with the size advantage beats all defenders and puts it in over RJ Jesus.
It's a very good catch, but first that pass right there coming from Christian David. Making sure they got the rebound, running opportunity. 15-point lead still for Phoenix.
27 bench points for Blackwater, 10 for Phoenix so far here in this contest. Perkins over to Kai down low, goes to the reverse, puts it in.
You've got to be able to set the screen first before that movement coming from the man with the ball. And that time it was Christian David.
Theo. Nice pass over to Balongay with a two-handed flush in traffic to feed a Balongay for that jam on Bradwin Ginto.
Was not given that ball by RK Laga. Now this is going to be a let go. How tough was that slight push that Kenneth Tuffin had against BJ Andrade?
21 points in the ball game so far for Ken Tuffin. Ilagan. Here's Ginto. Bradwin splits the defense all the way to the basket, puts it up and in.
That's something that the big man can really do, no? Set up your shooters.
Christian David currently now with 8 points in the game. Perkins. Fadeaway jumper from the baseline. Wow, clicking on all cylinders here, Jason Perkins.
Part of the scouting report, you're not going to bring him to the left, but then again, step back jumper from Perkins.
And Andrade drills his own three-pointer.
Instead of going for another dribble. But then again, look at this first, no? This nice straight.
Back to JJ. Alejandro loses the rock, picked up by RK. RK going all the way, puts it up and in.
Where your shooters are, you're not going to be hesitating on giving it to them. Great decision. Now, this is tough. This is very, very tough.
39-19 at the end of one. Thanks in large part to that man, Jason Perkins, who misses that 15-foot jumper that ends up in the hands of Richie Rivero. Back to Perk. Now with Theo. Tyler. Extra pass to Sky Balongay for his second dunk of the game.
Again, and that's going to be the third assist of Tyler Theo in the last 2 minutes, setting up his teammates. Now, I like this one. In the first half, I was actually looking at some driving lanes for this guy, Escoto.
And Escoto with the steal right there. One player to beat. Escoto over to Andrade. They swing it over to Bearfield. Cedric decides for the three ball and drills it. And a possible 4-point play coming the way of Cedric Bearfield. Theo. Back to Perk. Against Escoto. Perkins. Whips it over to Tuffin. Three ball on the way at the buzzer. Why not?
And you know the good thing with how he's playing, no, it's not just about his offense. He's also playing great defense on the other side. Switching.
Shakes free of the defense. Short on the
Great
reverse.
move. Would have been a great move.
And Tuffin decides to set things up. Over to Rivero. Now with Balongay against Hopia. Draws the foul and the basket to boot.
Good pass right there coming from Richie Rivero, not forcing that three-point shot. R.R. Gershwin was the one taking that kind of a shot.
Richie goes to the baseline. What a move there by Richie Rivero.
He just goes airborne after that one dribble. On the other side, this is the kind of offense that we've been expecting from a very young team. You've got Bearfield, you've got DJ Mitchell. You just get the rebound and off you go. Look at this. The 2 points coming from R.R. Garcia. He's got 4 straight points in the last 10 seconds.
drills the
DJ
four.
Mitchell.
Oh!
He has 7 points in the last 2.5 minutes for Blackwater Bossing. And look at that elevation right there. The release, definitely there was time left, 1 full second. And this shot.
And Mitchell has been a spark plug here for Coach Jeff Carriazo. And that's a beautiful pass to Troy Malilin down low as well.
That rebound. DJ Mitchell looking at this. He knew the perfect time. And then that nice seal underneath. Clear mismatch for Malilin being guarded.
Malilin against Hazul. They can get back out. Down to Chua against Perkins. And Chua using that weight advantage on the hefty lefty.
Exactly.
8 seconds to shoot here for Phoenix. Garcia over to Hazul. Whips it over the top and goes baseline all the way to the cup. Puts it up and in.
And the decision making.
He's up to 8 points, but it's a far cry from what we know that he can do.
But this game is so intense, actually, you know.
Here's Ilagan. RK dancing with Perkins. Both of his teammates said attack the big guy, and he does. RK Ilagan putting Perkins on skates here. Pull up jumper money. And he's also had himself. And look at the defense there by Andrade, but ends up in the hands of RJ Azul. In and out on that three. Perkins turns a negative into positive with a hoop and a harm.
He's been very quiet in the third quarter. Now in the fourth quarter, what a better way to get that letter by a big offensive rebound. Nice fake, get the rebound, get that foul, go to the free throw line. What a ball game coming from the hefty lefty, Jason Perkins.
31 points in this contest here for Perk. Over to Balungay, 3-ball on the way, off. And it's going to be in the hands of Escoto. Escoto with Tio to beat. Escoto to the scoop, puts it up. And another basket there for Richard Escoto.
Why not? That's a good read. That's a clear mismatch. Good attack coming from Escoto.
Back to a 10-point game. Hazul corner 3-ball, and he finally drills one. And he looks straight at you right after.
Yeah, but did you see that? Did you see that?
And here comes RJ once again on the break. Hazul's
What
got
a pass!
over to Tio. That's a picture-perfect fast break right there for
Solid,
the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
great decision-making. That is why he's playing. That is why he's being given the minutes by Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Escoto's 3 trickles in.
Lucky shot, lucky shot. Still points, 4 rebounds. 60% from the
Tio. Using the Perkins screen. Tyler now with Perkins. Perkins still with it. Perkins all the way to the cup for
That's
2.
right. Between Jason Perkins and the kind of effort that was done and still been able to do here in this game in Kenneth Tuffin.
Jason Perkins, meanwhile, has 36 points in this contest.
Not part of the scouting report, but Abu Tratter has been trying to improve on his perimeter shots.
Here's Perk. Perk working on Ginto. Perk with a series of moves. Oh, wow, that's just phenomenal footwork and finish there by the hefty lefty.
You know, he's just like telling me, who deserves the best player of the ball game? Do you have some questions in mind, Coach AG?
Escoto 3-ball. Meanwhile,
Nice.
Richard Escoto has Tio now with Perkins. Perkins over to
Again, that slam. That's going to be the third slam right here. That slamma jama from Kai Balungay.
The Sky Balungay with 3. Oh, my goodness! Answers with his own one-handed flush on the
You
other
like
end.
that, huh? Woo!
This ball game, but let's take a look at this.
First,
Perkins.
this one, moving well without the ball. Okay, it's a slam, but I like this one better. There was a challenge. Posterized. And look at
the final buzzer about to be sounded in this Phoenix win. So they will finish this Philippine Cup with a record of 4-7.